Welcome back, everybody. Today we have an interview with Ferencváros defender Stefan Gartenmann, who also happens to be Danish. It's going to be very exciting. We're going to talk about football, his life here in Budapest, and just his career in general, and maybe some other funny questions. Watch along this video for an interview with a soon-to-be Ferencváros legend. Subscribe to this channel and like this video for more amazing interviews. Godt at møde dig.
I lige måde.
Stefan Gartenmann, everybody. Legend, soon-to-be legend in Ferencváros.
Hopefully.
You just scored your last match.
Yes. Things are looking good at the moment, so hopefully it continues.
I think so. Second goal this season?
Second goal.
Damn. Soon to come, much more. Sure. Let's go have a coffee, right?
Yes.
Great. So, Stefan, you started your career in Denmark. You played. You're from Roskilde.
Correct.
And when you were 16, you moved abroad.
Mm-hmm.
That's very young, no?
Yes, but in modern football,
It is.
that
age.
we are younger and younger when we're picked and handpicked by European clubs. So that's the name of the game these days.
So, 16 years old, you moved to Aberdeen in Netherlands.
Yes.
All alone, or did someone come with you?
No, I was alone. First, I was installed in a foster family of sorts in Holland, and then I moved to my own place when I was 18, I believe.
That's cool. Yeah, and I did some research. I looked at the Ferencváros YouTube channel, and you did some cooking video.
Yes.
And you talked about like how you had to learn yourself how to cook different stuff when you were 16.
Yes, not a lot of 16-year-olds these days knows
Exactly how to cook anything.
No, so but when you're hungry, you
gotta.
Yeah.
You gotta. So would you consider yourself a foodie?
Yes, I would say so. And Budapest is not a bad place to be.
It's the
for
place.
That. Yes,
it is the place. Cool. And what kind of challenges did you face when you were like 16, going to another country? You were all alone. Was it emotionally difficult? Or did you have a good support from the team and the club?
No, of course, the team and the club tries to support you as much as possible, but at the end of the day, they also go home to their families and take care of their own lives. So you're alone a lot, and you have to cope with that. But you find ways to do that, and find ways to kill time basically, because
There's a lot of free time, I guess.
There is, and especially at that age, you don't have a lot of bills to pay or stuff that needs to be taking care of, kids to be picked up or whatever. So a lot of the time you're just on your own. So you watch a lot of TV series, play some PlayStation
FIFA?
or whatever. Exactly. So you find ways to make life easier for yourself.
Because in 2016 you posted on Instagram that your dream came true.
Yes.
You had your first FIFA card.
This was step number one.
61 rating.
Yeah, 61 rating. Not the best card. I can defend a little bit. Stats haven't improved much since, but this would probably be a pretty good outlook on my qualities as a player.
So you played a lot of FIFA?
I used to. Not anymore.
No?
But I think FIFA 17, 18, 19 was some of the games where I peaked the most. And of course, all the way back, FIFA 5, FIFA 06, FIFA 07 are like the childhood standout FIFAs for me.
True. Cool. And while you were in the Netherlands, you played for the youth team of Aberdeen, and then you didn't make any appearances for the senior team, no?
No, I was on the bench a handful of times and was in the squad, but I didn't really have the level at the time to play, which was unfortunate, but that's the business.
So, 2017, you moved back to Denmark?
Yes.
Sønderjyske. Believe it or not, in 2018, I got a Sønderjyske shirt.
Okay.
With you on it.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
I have it back in Denmark.
That's you're one of the 3 or 4 people that have that.
Whoever had that,
Yeah.
exactly. I was, I don't know, I played FIFA too, a lot actually, back then. I'm a bit younger than you,
Yes.
a few years. And I remember you had high potential, actually.
Okay. I didn't know that.
So I was quite, I'm a Brøndby supporter.
Okay.
I used to play also for some academy in Brøndby.
Yeah.
And of course, I signed you to Brøndby.
That's the obvious move.
Really good.
Yeah,
really
but
good.
That's good. But that's good. Good to see some of this potential paying out today.
Yeah. So, how did it feel to come back to Denmark all of a sudden?
It was I think it was necessary at the time. I'd been alone for a number of years then, and needed some comfort. I think needed something familiar in a way. So I needed to settle down a little bit, which I did, and I got a life and got to move in with my girlfriend, and we had a steady life where you could see other people and meet friends and stuff like
socially,
that. Yes.
And you got on the pitch again.
I got to play football also, which is, well,
I think Sønderjysk is the club you made the most appearances in.
Oh, by far. I think I have, between 150 and 200 games for them. So I played a lot of games there.
And in 2020, you won the Danish Cup.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, massive.
Legendary.
Yeah. That's because it was, I think, the first trophy of that magnitude in Sønderjysk. It's something that will stick with the people there for a long time.
It will definitely
stick with me as well. So that, of course, means a lot, and I will never forget that. Even though it came during COVID, which kind of put a softener to the whole celebrations and that. But still,
difficult time.
We got to enjoy it as well.
Yeah. To the viewers here, this guy is one of the most humble guys I've interviewed ever. Maybe because he's Danish, and we have this in our blood. But So in 2022, you moved to Midtjylland.
Yes. That was a change of pace and a change of the way I do things and the way they do things. Both clubs have that in common, that they're very family-based clubs, and they want to keep these family values.
Yeah.
But of course, when you have to do business the way Midtjylland does, you can't keep it the same way that Sønderjysk has. So obviously, Midtjylland is a massive club with a lot of people working in different areas and a lot of staff to take care of every need you would have as a footballer, and it's a bigger club, and we played some big European games, and I had some amazing experiences, and I developed as a player and a person there as well. So I would not have gone there because I learned a lot, but obviously something happened that made me go other ways eventually, but again, that's football.
And that was a little loan spell at Aberdeen?
Yes.
You went to Scotland?
Yes.
How was that?
No, it was also a great experience. It had been a while since I'd been abroad.
Yeah.
And that's also a need I had when I left Sønderjysk. I wanted to go abroad already, but didn't really have the right chance, and then Midtjylland came, and I wasn't really in a situation where I could say no to Midtjylland. So I always wanted to go abroad again, and Aberdeen was like a completely different world to playing in Denmark. In Denmark,
How would you say the differences are?
Well, in
the Scottish League and the Danish League?
In Aberdeen, the football is so embedded in people.
The fans, right?
Yes, they, all the fans in the stadium used their last money every month to watch you, and you're told if you're not good enough. So you're either a god or you're the worst player they've ever seen. So it's very black and white, but they're also very proud of their sport, and especially in Aberdeen, which only has one club and only has this sport. Everyone is involved in football, and everybody has an opinion of who you are, not only as a player but also as a person. So, going grocery shopping, everybody had to, give you a little comment on this weekend's game. So you were always...
Wow, really?
Yeah, you were
very
always...
local.
Very. You were always, in that sense, wearing the colours of the club. So you had to be sure you didn't put too many chocolates in your shopping cart, and
they
make
would
sure.
Notice.
There would always be a comment.
Wow.
And it was nicer when you were winning, of course, and not very nice when you were losing. Yes, but we're ambassadors 24/7.
What a lot of pressure you have.
Yeah, well, it's
a part of the game.
It's a part of the game, and that's also why, luckily, many of us get paid quite a decent amount of money. So the pressure comes with the job.
True. And in all this time, You played for the Danish national youth team
Yes, all the way through.
all the way through,
Yeah.
but as far as I know, you were never called up to the senior team.
No, I wasn't.
That's a bit...
Yeah, but there are many good players, especially on my position. So when you look through the years and
Of
look
course,
at
of
who
course.
has played in those
Competition is
positions,
big.
yeah, it's no wonder I was never called up. I mean, it would have been nice, but the quality that is in the Danish team is unreal.
So this year, you played for another national team,
I did, yes.
the Swiss.
The Swiss national team, yeah.
You have Swiss roots?
I have Swiss roots. My grandfather was Swiss, so my dad was also born with Swiss citizenship. And yeah, when the possibility presented itself, I didn't have to think twice because I never thought it would be possible. And obviously playing for a national team like Switzerland,
Yeah.
it's kind of a no-brainer, really.
Of course.
So yeah, I was excited as soon as I heard that the possibility could be there, and I took it as quickly as possible.
Wow. So they contacted you? How was it?
Well,
Your agent?
My agent made contact with the Swiss Federation to let them know that I was available, so to speak.
Yeah.
And they were happy to hear that. They said that they knew of me, and they just wanted to that I was the one coming to them saying, I want this. And I don't think I've ever had the feeling that my level justified being a part of that squad. But yeah, I've had a good season, and luckily they could see my abilities as well.
And you had what, 2 matches yet?
2 matches, Northern Ireland away and Luxembourg.
In Luxembourg.
Yes.
How was that experience? I guess you always dreamed of playing international football?
Yeah, I don't think you really understand the magnitude of everything until way after. It still feels kind of surreal because I've never seen myself playing with these kind of players that I was playing alongside. Those are massive, European
stars.
top level stars, and suddenly I was in and amongst them. But yeah, no, I'm just happy that I got this opportunity, and no one can ever take that away from me now. So hopefully there'll be more to come. But yeah, no, I just don't think it's really, I haven't understood it yet.
Yeah. It has to sink in.
Yes.
And on the Swiss national team, who have you bonded the most with? What language do you speak when you're there?
Well, that's the funny thing about the Swiss national team. So
because they have many languages in Switzerland.
You have a French speaking part. You have a German speaking part, and some Italians, and but even I speak German the best of these languages, but they speak Swiss German, which is
different, much different actually.
Pretty much impossible to understand if you're not from there. So I try to bond with as many as possible, because you wanna find common ground with
chemistry is important.
It is, but of course you tend to sit with the guys you have most in common with, and language is probably the number one thing. So I try to sit with some of the Swiss German speaking guys a lot of the times and try to pick up a little bit to see if I can understand something. But it will come with time.
It will come with time. Wow, cool. And in 2024, you moved to Ferencváros.
Yes.
And actually, this video is filmed in Ferencváros district. So, good location. Great location scout we have. And I remember I saw that on the news, and I was like, finally, another Dane here. Because I think when you came, you're the second Dane to play here in this league. We have a guy in Djursdyr.
Yeah, at the time there was a guy in Ferencváros as well.
Yeah, also in Ferencváros.
Yeah, but we're down to 2 again.
Down to 2 again?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think it's Marco Lund.
Marco Lund,
yeah.
I know him actually. We used to play in the youth teams together, so we actually know each other. So it's quite funny how that goes. That we
end up in Hungary.
Yeah, that we've played together 6-7 years ago, and all of a sudden 2,000 kilometers away we're very close.
In the
again.
same league.
It's fun.
And I guess it must be a big thing. You joined the biggest club in Hungary.
Yeah, but I think people that follow football in Europe know that Ferencváros is a massive club.
It is.
I had heard from them before a few years back, but we never got further at the time, and now the timing was right, and everything worked out, and we got it done fairly quickly. So yeah, I didn't have to think twice really.
Wow. And how long time did it take to settle in Ferencváros? It's a very international squad you have.
It is, and so many nationalities and languages and everything. But you quickly, of course, find some common ground with most of them, and you settle in your little clique, so to speak.
And I guess you are good friends with Zachariasen?
We do enjoy talking our own language a little bit, which is nice because you speak a lot of English, and it's nice to get to speak your own language and be able to tell everything you want to say in your own words every now and then. But yeah, you find your little group and you try to settle in, but when I first arrived, we were playing every 3 days, which we have been most of the season. So it's just get to work as quick as possible, and then the other things will come.
Cool. And how do you like Budapest?
It's great. I came here on a holiday with my girlfriend some years ago, and I really recall that as a great holiday. So I knew of the city, but of course, once you live here, you understand what kind of place it really is, and you find all the hidden gems and the places to go. So yeah, I don't have many complaints about Budapest.
And it also, was that a part of the charm of the city that made you also join Ferencváros?
Well,
did it have anything to say?
It didn't make the choice more difficult, that's for sure. You want a nice life outside football also. That's important for footballers too, because we do have some free time, and when you finally have free time, you want to spend it in a nice way. So yeah, we found a good place to live, and we're really settling in nicely.
Nice. And did you try any Hungarian food?
I've tried a lot actually.
Yeah.
For me, food is such a important part of culture. So I want to get to know the flavors and find out what people enjoy and like, and it's not all things that we understand as Scandinavians in terms of food culture, but there are some very good flavors.
Did you have guyas?
Of course.
What about pörkult?
Not yet. I think I've had a few of the soups. I've had some paprikash. I've had some of these liver kind of things.
You like that?
Yeah, can be nice actually. And these cottage cheese balls you get for dessert as well. So yeah, and even more. So we've had a lot actually.
You have tried patsal pörkult?
Probably without knowing it. Yes, maybe.
It's a cow stomach. Stomach.
Maybe I haven't tried that then.
Okay, let's try that.
Yeah.
Cool. And on your team, Ferencváros, you have a lot of exciting, promising players.
Oh, for sure.
Last year I was very into Christian Listas. Did you play with him?
No.
No, that was before.
Yeah.
Now you have Alex Todd.
Yes.
Who is making headlines everywhere.
Yeah. No, but I think if you know a little bit about football, he's you can see that he has the qualities to go far, and I think people here are just excited about a promising Hungarian talent like that. We are a very team full of a lot of nationalities, and finally you have a star of Hungarian descent. Of course, you have more in the team. You have Varga, you have Dibuš, you have many good Hungarian players as well, but you don't have many 19-year-olds playing at that level.
It's impressive.
I think people here really love to see that.
Very impressive. And when you joined the squad, you had Pascal Jansen as coach, or
yes.
And now you have Robbie Keane.
Yes. Yeah. Two different coaches, but in their own way, coaches that I really like.
That's good.
They do things differently, but I like both of them, and it seems they also both like me. So I'm quite happy about that.
And as a central defender, what do you think is your strongest attributes?
I think it's more the mental part of the game. I've said in a lot of interviews that I'm not really a beautiful or elegant defender, but
He's so humble. Oh my God.
No, but I have some qualities in the, in the organization of a team, in the reading of the game, and I think that's why, some coaches like the way I do things. But usually I haven't been making a lot of headlines, but here it seems people really like my type of player.
And you had 2 goals so far.
2 goals.
And the last one was like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Against MTK Budapest.
Yeah, it turned out to be important because we needed all 3 goals.
You needed all 3, exactly. And I guess now you've had quite a lot of games for Ferencváros so far.
Yeah, I think way up in the 30s probably.
Yeah, some 34 I think.
Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah, we've had a lot.
So you've been traveling around Hungary.
We've seen many places.
Many stadiums.
Many stadiums, and mostly stadiums and hotels that you probably wouldn't ever see if you weren't a footballer. But that's also part of being a footballer. It's nice to see the strangest places you could imagine.
Yeah. I guess that's part of the journey.
Yes.
And is there any stadiums or cities that makes you, let's say, have you been to? I guess you've been to Debrecen.
Yeah, Debrecen is
nice stadium, right?
It's a nice stadium, and I would say many stadiums here are very nice and up to date, and fairly new, many of them. But there's not much comparison to Groupama, of course.
True. That's a legendary place. I forgot to bring it. I have a Ferencváros club card. Actually.
Of course I have.
And next match is against Puskás.
Yes, a big one.
In Ferencváros?
Yes.
Ah, okay. So that's first against second.
That's first against second. So the next 3 games.
They're important.
3 finals. So we just need to win. That's pretty easy.
That's it. And just to get back to the squad a little bit, I've been watching a lot. I guess Dibus, he is his role is now even bigger. He became the national team goalkeeper now that Gulaci is not having that many appearances, and he's the captain, right?
Yes.
Dibus. And you have Saldana.
Yeah.
A lot of people say he's like Roberto Firmino.
Yeah, many similarities, I guess. Yeah.
He's done a quite good job. He arrived almost the same time as you, no?
A couple of weeks after. He's a great player and a show player also. So I think people love to see him because he has something that not many footballers have, and he likes to put on a show and entertain people. And football is about winning, but it's also about people being entertained.
Exactly. And there's quite a lot of Brazilians in the squad, no?
Yeah, and they thrive better when they have some fellow countrymen that they can joke with and have fun with, and apart from their obvious footballing qualities, they're also good for the squad, and they fit in well in this footballing culture also. And they, Brazilians just have football from the day they're born and for the rest of their life.
It's coded into the brains almost.
It is. So it's fairly clear to see their qualities.
And how do you think the Hungarian league is, the Nemzeti Bajnokság?
No, but it's a difficult league to play in. Of course, we as Ferencváros have to win every game, but it's also massive for many of the other teams to have the chance to beat us. So it feels like they just have 5-10% extra when they play against us of that drive, of that eagerness to win. So we always have to really be on our toes when we face every team in this league, because you've seen we've lost points to bottom of the league and to second in the league, so we can lose points to everybody here. And it's just a big thing for teams to be able to compete with us, and that's kind of a stepping stone for them to measure their level. If they can compete with us, then obviously they're in a good place, but that also means that we have to be there every single game. And we've struggled a little bit with this and with the amount of games, but luckily now it's starting to turn in the right direction a little bit.
I did an interview recently with a former national Hungarian football player, Patrick Pur. He used to play think 10 years ago,
Okay.
with the national team and with Jujak. You heard about Jujak and Gabor Kirai,
Yeah.
the goalkeeper who
Yes.
played in the jogging pants. And he said that he sees Hungarian football both in players' national terms and also in the league here in Hungary,
Yeah.
developing a lot.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that?
Well, I can only speak from my knowledge of football and knowledge of players in the past, and that obviously you hear a lot more about the Hungarian players when you're actually living in Hungary. But yeah, when you look at the footballing map of Europe now, I think you can see some top quality players in big clubs. Of course, Szoboszlai is being the obvious example here, winning the league with Liverpool the other day. So,
Massive.
And he's of course a big role model for many players here. But I think just in general, when you look around, I think you see Hungarian players on bigger addresses maybe than some years ago, or at least more of them on bigger addresses, and the attention has turned more to Hungarian football also, and the talent that is being produced here.
Yeah, because they had a little stop in football. Because remember, they had Puskás and great national team in the 50s, and then during socialist times it changed a little bit, and now the last 10-15 years, academies here in Hungary have just been pushing out more and more talent. It's really stepping up, and you can see it in both first and second division here in Hungary.
Yeah. No, there are a lot of good players, and the national team is performing as well, which is important.
Very important.
And it's really clear to see the pride that they have when they represent their national team. I think that's very unique for Hungary. They are so proud of their country.
True. And I know you don't have a lot of free time. You are a professional football player in the biggest club in Hungary. But what do you do here in Budapest when you have free time?
I go for a lot of walks. I mean, there are so many parts to be explored here, and so much culture and a lot of beautiful buildings and sights to see. So I try to do that, and then I've been kind of on a mission to find the best coffee and the best food here. So I have a long list of restaurants and coffee places.
I have some recommendations for you.
But no, it's quite important for me, and I enjoy having good coffee, eating good food. Obviously, has to comply with the rules of being a footballer as well.
Sure.
You can't do it too often, but coffee is usually not a problem, and you can find it just about everywhere. So I've tried some places up until now.
Were you the kind of classical Danish guy who drinks evening coffee?
No, because sleep is the most important thing for us footballers. So I kind of have had a time every day where after this time I cannot drink coffee. No, so I've turned to tea now in the evenings if I want something warm. Yeah.
Because like when I came to Hungary 3 years ago, every Hungarian was like, "How can you drink evening coffee?" Because in Denmark we have like a strong samtalekaffe. We have all this. Our coffee culture is very strong.
Yes.
Like on average, I think we drink 8 or 10 cups per day. Crazy.
I used to drink a lot more, and for many years I had trouble sleeping. So I thought maybe try not to drink 6-7 coffees a day, but maybe only 3 is enough.
It works.
It has worked a little bit, yes.
Great. Have you had any friends from Denmark come and visit you here in Budapest?
Oh, many. Aberdeen wasn't as accessible as Budapest is, of course. So it's a bit more easy to jump on a plane and fly here in an hour and a half. So I have many friends and family that has been here already.
Wow. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? You were 33 at that time.
Yeah, no. To be honest, I have no idea. I enjoy living abroad and playing in new stadiums and discovering new cultures. But I also know that in football, trying to make a plan for yourself is pretty much impossible, because I think 100 times during my career I have said I want to go there, I want to do that, and I want to do this and this, but it never works out the way you imagine. So I've tried to stop a little bit to not try and plan my future, because I know
go with the flow.
Most of the time it ends up being the opposite, and a lot of things can happen. My career can go that way or that way. We don't know. Hopefully, it goes that way, and I can enjoy doing this for many years to come. But yeah, it's impossible to know.
Well, a lot of my Danish viewers, they have a wish that you go back to Surreal.
You never know.
But I'm voting for Brøndby. So
Yeah.
or maybe here in Hungary.
Football is funny, so
You never know.
It's always stupid for me to rule out anything. 'Cause
Exactly.
as I said, you never know what happens. So we'll see if we go full circle or what happens at the end of my career.
Or maybe Saudi Arabia.
Who knows?
You never know. We're gonna do the second episode in 5 years in
Riyadh.
Yeah. It's definitely gonna happen.
It is.
And okay, interesting. And when you grew up, did you have any role models in football? Let's say Danish role models. to
Danish
start out
role
with.
models. I remember my first jersey being an Aberdeen jersey.
Aberdeen?
Yeah.
Oh.
A national team jersey. But you just followed the national team like in general, and they had the stars at the time. I think the first really player I looked to and said he's a role model for me would probably be like a Daniel Agger in his Liverpool years.
No, I thought Brøndby years. But
No, when he broke through, obviously, but I'm
yeah.
not sure how much I understood football at the time.
Sure.
But of course, he was this strong Viking that you always knew what you got, and he could play, he could fight, he could do a bit of everything, and I think I guess I saw some of that in myself.
And let's say international terms, did you have any?
And my big idol growing up was always Raúl from Real Madrid. He was the first player I remember getting a book at like 3 or 4 years old with the biggest stars, and he was one of them. And for some reason, my attention just turned to him. So I became a Real Madrid fan at that point, and he was my number one player. I didn't know a lot about him, but I guess again his qualities spoke to me in a way, because he wasn't the quickest, he wasn't the strongest, but he was clever, and he had a football intelligence that not many players had, and that's why he was so successful.
And is there, the last couple of years, is there any players you played against who maybe you got the jersey, or some you were really fond of?
Not really, actually. Of course, you play against many good players that you think, Jesus, these are some quality players. But I feel like in the heat of the game, I'm so focused on everything that's going on that first of all, they're your opponents most of the time, so you don't want to give them too much credit. But also, you're in the game, and I'm very busy with my own performance when I play, so I usually don't have the overview to do that kind of measurement during the game. But of course, I played against eminent players that have made me look like a kid again on the pitch. But that's the game.
That's the game. True.
Yeah. No, it's also the games where I think I thrive the most, when you get to play against these players and get to measure yourself against the best, because that's when you know that you have to be there every single time.
Wow. And you played some European football also this year and last year.
Yeah. Both for Ferencváros, Aberdeen, and Midtjylland I've played European. So it's also getting to some games now and playing against some big players. So there are a few big names, I'd say.
Cool. So you're a Real Madrid supporter?
Yes, I would say that.
Yeah, okay.
We all have our preferences.
True. Cool. Well, thank you so much for being a part of this.
No problem.
It was nice to talk with you, and I hope you will beat Puskás on Sunday?
On Saturday.
Saturday.
On Saturday, yes. Hopefully that's the way things goes. We'll push.
Go check out Stefan's Instagram and socials. I think he will become a legend here in Hungary. The way he's playing now, the way he's performing, it's looking really good.
Well, I can only do my best.
Take care.
Thank you.